Greetings, everybody. My name is Stephen Keller. I am a two-star, soon to be three-star diamond with Vidafy. And I want to talk to you a bit about, in a compressed 15 minutes, a little bit about our product, our business, our opportunity, all that good stuff. First, a little bit about me. I've been doing in the health and wellness thing for about 30 years. And really, that started off because my mom beat terminal cancer holistically. And as a result, I became passionate in helping people with their health and found that if I found the right solution, it could also be a good living for my family. In 2020, I was the number one recruiter for this little device here, a German network marketing company. But there were some management issues. And around about October 2021, I was looking for something new and I wanted it to be something amazing. So I took my journal and I wrote in my journal, I want to build something extraordinary. I can build something extraordinary. I will build something extraordinary. I am now building something extraordinary. I did that for 3 days. And on the third day, someone messaged me about Vidafy. And instantly I knew it was it. But I also have a economics degree and 30 years of business experience. And I have some things that I like check marked off. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm looking for some things. And so I want to kind of go over my experience with Vidafy, what I love about it, what makes it a great business, right? So, first of all, I would like to say that I do not build my business by doing presentations. This is for you to share if you want. I usually build my business. I send people pictures like, hey, look at this before and after of someone's foot. They're like, oh my God, what is that? I'll send you a video. I'll put you in a Facebook testimonial group. Maybe I'll send you a YouTube playlist. Really, that's it. I keep my business very, very simple. Um, but here's a couple things to understand. Good businesses solve problems. Good ethical businesses solve problems. So I want to go through some of the problems we solve. Number one problem in the supplement industry is a lack of absorption of lipid molecules. Lipid meaning fat. Fat ingredients don't absorb well into a body that's mostly water, just for the reason that it's hard to clean greasy dishes in water, right? And so we take a very interesting technology called BioMS that's developed in Germany. And we take that technology and we combine it with curcumin, which is an extract from turmeric, by the way, that everybody already knows about. And we find that this combination of this technology increases the bioavailability 18,000%. Yes, 18,000%. So we solve the number one problem in the supplement industry, lack of absorption of lipid molecules, and we'll be able to take that same technology, combine it with other fat ingredients like omega 3s. Ever heard of omega 3s? Of course you have. What if we took that technology and combined it with omega 3s and all of a sudden our omega 3s works radically different than anyone else's? So the number two problem we solve is the problem of inflammation. Inflammation is the number one cause or contributor to every disease associated with aging. You know, all the problems that are kind of bothering you now that didn't really bother you when you were 19. Yeah, those problems. The problems people pay big money to fix. Okay. In general, we're looking at four benefits: better sleep, more energy, better mental clarity, and less discomfort in the physical body. And I want to go through a few of the results because, number one, I love amazing testimonials and results with people. And I want to share a few with you. So, if I went, for all you low tech people, if I went on my computer onto a browser and I'm not going to type Vidify results into the search box, I'm going to go to the very top of the page and type in www.vidifyresults.com, and it shows a playlist on YouTube. And I'm going to give you a kind of a super fast overview of some of these stories. First of all, the very top video, if you're interested, hey, I want to know more about this BioMS stuff. Awesome. There's a 3-minute video right there with nice graphics. It explains it all to you. But here's the interview I did last year, actually earlier this year, of a friend of mine who is an organic turmeric farmer. I've been taking organic turmeric for a very long time. Last December, she goes, I thought I was dying. Man, you should hear her story, her dramatic turnaround in her health. Then we have an interview with a gentleman named Dr. Roy Martina. Dr. Roy has has educated 200,000 medical doctors on nutrition. He's a brilliant guy. He's formulated 800 different supplements himself. He goes, look, based on the technology and what I'm seeing it do for my family, he goes, This is the supplement I've looked for my entire life. Here's one thing you'll see a lot mentioned, brain fog. Man, anyone have brain fog these days? It's an epidemic. Okay. So many people I've talked to, they're like, oh my God, my brain's back. Hey, that's kind of important, right? Then the next one you see is how much to take for. We have a very simple business. Someone goes, well, how much should I take for this situation? You don't even need to answer it. Go, hey, I think there's a great video you can watch that explains it. There's a friend of mine, naturopathic doctor. She put thousands of people on the product. And we talked about some of the results. One of the results was with her boyfriend who went to the hospital, had some exploratory surgery to see how bad a certain situation was. Well, it was so bad, they're like, oh, so sorry, go home, call your lawyer, or call your priest. That level of issues. Well, she was like, you know what? He went back to work. Every scan he does now is free of any issue. I'm like, wow. She goes, I'll tell you another story. She goes, I had a friend of mine call me. Her 17-year-old son had been in an accident, was in a coma with serious brain damage. She goes, the doctors are telling me I should just unplug my son and give up on him. And she's like, what can I do? She's like, put it down his feeding tube. Long story short, 6 days later, he woke up. She goes, Steve, if you met this kid, you would never even know there was anything wrong with him. Here's the crazy result. Sometimes people gain weight with inflammation. This guy lost 15 pounds in 3 days. Now, be very clear. Don't come back to me saying, Steve, I took your little drops and I didn't lose 15 pounds in 3 days. That's a really unusual result. Okay. Just to be clear on that. I shouldn't have to say that, but there you go. Right. Then I interviewed my friend Doug, who had a widowmaker heart attack, but he survived. Man, after this product, all of his numbers for his heart health dramatically improved. Um, there's a lady, I feel 20 years younger and my brain fog is gone. She's actually on this call right now. My friend, Dr. Randy, he's a medical doctor, is also a former pro motocross racer. If you ever know anybody who does a lot of motocross, they beat the crap out of their body. Well, he's like, hey, man, he goes, this has been stunning for my pain. My friend Patrick, he had crazy long haul COVID and massive brain fog. Oh my goodness. He had his story. He had such dramatic, fast results. He took the product. 2 hours later, he's in a meeting with somebody, and all of a sudden he goes, my brain turned back on. Because I want to jump up and down and go, my brain, it's working. And when people think I was crazy, my friend Betty has a special needs daughter who's 50 years old. And for 50 years, she has not slept well because she's always like awake at night. Does she need anything? Can't relax ever. She's like, man, finally I'm sleeping. Then I interviewed a friend who is a European kickbox champion, was in so much pain that he couldn't go anywhere without crutches. My friend Iwan gave him some product. That night, all of a sudden, he found himself in the middle of the night in the bathroom without his crutches. He's slightly freaked out. Um, we go down here. This lady right here, born without an ankle. Yes, you read that right. She was born without an ankle. They fused it. When she stopped growing, they said, hey, here's a brilliant idea. We'll take 2 inches out of your good leg. That should be helpful. Not. She had a lifetime of pain. She goes, I found a career I loved. I masked the pain. I soldiered forward. She goes, but at 66, I was seeing a wheelchair in my future. Long story short, she goes, I'm in the least amount of pain of my entire life. My friend Justine, her mom was in hospice from 2 different conditions. If you asked her, how much pain are you in? She goes, 20 out of 10. In fact, was asking the doctor about ending her life early medically because she just couldn't handle it anymore. One day she said to her daughter, she goes, I want to fight this. Justine's like, we're going to find something. Well, when you're committed, things show up. 6 weeks later, her mom is at home doing selfie videos on Facebook. Well, that was actually great for business. You know why? Because people are like, what is going on? You got our attention, right? Um, this lady, Dr. Rama, she was a holistic dentist, got in a bike accident, jacked up her knee, had 4 knee surgeries, could barely walk, couldn't drive her car, couldn't really do what she needed to as a mom. Long story short, she goes, I feel amazing now. So those are just some of the stories. If you want even more stories, super easy. You go onto Facebook, you type in the word disruptive wellness, add yourself to this fun little group. Be sure to tell them who sent you, okay? And you can use the search box. Look, story after story after story. What are there, like 12,000, 13,000 people in here now? You can look up tons of stories in there and see what it's doing for other people. So That's not only a great resource of education for you, but it's an amazing tool because those two resources I just showed you do a lot of the selling for you. So the next thing we're talking about is solving inflation, right? Let's be honest here. We live in some crazy times financially, and people need opportunity. And one of the reasons that I was excited about this, because I thought it checked off all the things I was looking for to create a great business opportunity to invite my friends to. And in fact, I've never seen my friends have this much success in a business ever. I've got multiple friends who I've personally gotten in this who are making six figures a year right now, working from home, helping people with their health. Another big thing this product solves is really convenience. I am shocked how consistent I am in using this product, right? We call it an activation energy. What does that mean? It means the drops sit next to the sweetener for my coffee, and I never forget to take it ever. I've got a whole cabinet full of supplements. I always forget to take because it's just simply too inconvenient to walk 5 steps to the cabinet and unscrew some bottles. I mean, that sounds silly. Hey, but that's life. Also, cost. This is the least expensive product I've sold in my entire life. I love being able to offer this to families where the whole family can afford it. And talking about inflation, look, when the economy tanks, people and you're spending a couple $100 on a supplement protocol, bam, that's out. Not when you're getting stunning benefits on a very inexpensive product. The other thing I looked for business opportunity wise was a ground floor opportunity. I was looking for a wave to catch because I know in 30 years of doing these type of businesses, it's like, man, if you can get in on it early, work hard, the payoff is huge. And we're already seeing this and we're just getting started. One of the most important things as well for me was the ownership, the leadership of the company, man, because my whole business is very much dependent on the owner, the decisions they make, the ethics they have. I couldn't be more excited about Shane and Laura Brady. They're extraordinary people. They started this to create a family. They own 90% of the company. We're a debt-free company. They have no intention of taking the company and selling it and going public because that ruins the network marketing opportunity. And on top of that, Shane had spent his whole career in network marketing on the corporate end, helping run companies. So he knows our business. So let's talk about this. If you solve problems, you can potentially get paid. And we have 12 amazing ways to get paid. One of the great ways to get paid is retail. Any really good ethical business, we get a lot of customers. Okay. We do get a lot of customers, and you make a 50% profit on all of your customers. Another thing this allows us to do is to work with clinicians, people who are in practice, people who want to sell it directly to their patients. The product price works great for that, which is very unusual. Here's another very important thing to understand about this product is it has to do with marketing. Okay. It is difficult to market something that no one has ever heard of and no one really understands. It's a brand new technology and you can do it, but it takes a while. This product, everybody knows about turmeric and curcumin. Tons of people are already taking it. The people who aren't taking it know that they're supposed to. So the education is done. And when you, hey, you know about turmeric or curcumin, people are like, oh, yeah, I hear it's good stuff. Cool. This amazingly priced product is 18,000% more effective than anything else on the market. People are like, okay, I'll try it. The sales cycle we call super short. Okay. So the other thing I love about the 12 different ways we get compensated is very simple. They're not a lot of hoops and spinning plates keep going to make sure I get paid properly. It's very simple. I get to focus on telling people about Vidafy. So there's 4 different ways you can get this. If you're like, hey man, I just want to be a customer, awesome. We love customers. You can get the product at $50 or $60 retail, depending on which one you want. NanoFi is our curcumin product. Curcumin Plus is basically NanoFi with some added ginger and vitamin C. One of those 2 products you're going to love, $50 or $60 retail. If you want to join us in this mission, and we invite you to join us, we've got amazing family, amazing support teams, all that. You've got 3 basic options: kit 250, 500, and 1,000. You're going to spend about that much money. Your investment is secured with product. What do I mean? You get your little box, you turn around, you simply sell what came in your box. boom, you're already in the black. You're already profitable in your business. And these three options, we don't really put pressure on you or force you or get you to do one by paying you any differently. But I'll tell you, there are some advantages. Your first goal in the business is just to hit the first rank, which is pro. What's pro? Pro just means between me and the three people I bring in as business partners, we've done $2,000 in volume, hopefully in your first 30 days. If everyone comes in at the 500 kit or better, that's very easy to do. And at the risk of doing math in public, okay, people will typically copy whatever you do. So if I do the kit 500 or 1,000, people go, "Hey, Steve, which option did you choose?" Well, they'll probably copy me. And okay, math in public here. You ready? If everyone's coming in at 500 or 1,000 versus 250, business is growing twice as fast, right? Plus, people have more product to get in the marketplace. You'll go through the product very fast. Ask anybody. So those are your three options. If you want a whole bunch of research and technical information, awesome. We'll give that to you. If you're like, look, shut up and take my credit card, we can do that as well. One thing to keep in mind is we're having explosive growth right now based on some of those testimonials. And we had a little couple hiccups with some customs issues on like phone number on the bottle. FDA is super helpful, right? Right now, you're looking at, because of the high demand, you're looking at 5 to 6 weeks to get your product. So common sense says if you're interested in this, if you place your order now, you're going to get the product much faster than if you wait to place the order, right? That's got that. So be patient. It's worth it. But if you have any other questions, let us know. And thanks for showing up. I'm about 2 minutes over. And let me stop the recording here.